Good afternoon, everybody. How are you? Welcome to Morning Talks with Ro. As you know, I normally like to do these talks on Mondays, but my week this week has been a whirlwind for press day for myself and the group that I am in Vogue. We have been burning the midnight oil. We went to New York and got in a lot of groundwork to get ready to release our album that's coming out on April 6th, Electric Cafe. Have you pre-ordered it yet? And if you haven't, it's available on Apple Music, Amazon, iTunes, several places you can go and pick it up. So if you want to go out and support it before it even drops on April 6th, it is much appreciated. We have been grinding the pavement with this thing and putting in some extra elbow grease and time in order to release it. We're going to be overseas when it finally drops, but there's a lot of goodies coming your way as far as the press work that we've just completed while we were in the Big Apple. Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. How are you? Hey. Hey, you guys, how are you? Happy Thursday. I was saying, welcome to Morning Talks with Ro, although we're doing it in the afternoon. But I told you guys that I was going to come and do this talk, so I wanted to keep my word. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Spencer. Spencer says he's going to pick up a copy. He's going to pre-order Electric Cafe. I just got 2 of the CDs yesterday, so that was pretty exciting. Went to Wendy Williams. We filmed that yesterday. That was pretty cool. That's going to be released the day before the album comes out. Just a lot of things to manage, And, even though this is very much, of course, at the forefront of my life, as far as my singing and my acting, everything that is connected to me as far as being an entertainer, I am also a personal power life coach, and this is very a part of my desires in moving forward as well. And so it's like, well, how do you manage all this stuff? So I said, you know what, maybe we'll talk about that today. Maybe we'll talk about having several things that either you're passionate about, that you want to accomplish, or maybe there's some things that you're like, I don't really know what I want to do, but I am trying to figure out what to choose and what's the best way to know what to choose, right? So there's a way. Let me say before I even start, because once I get going, I'm like a freight train, baby, especially if it's coming downhill. It's coming full steam ahead. How's everybody doing? Thank you, Spencer. Jules says she pre-ordered it. You're getting the physical CD and the digital version. Yes, thank you very much. If you guys have any questions for me about the album or just about whatever, this is also an opportunity to just ask me whatever. So even though I have some things that I'd like to share with you, you are more than welcome to just, throw some stuff out there. Let's see. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Canada's in the spot. My cousin is here. Hey, Rodney. Courtney is here. I'm looking forward to getting some updates from you, lady, hopefully by tomorrow. Hey Aisha, hey Shanika, I'm doing well. I'm on not as much sleep, but we've been burning the midnight oil. I've had probably a few days where we had 3 o'clock or 3:30 in the morning call times, and then we go straight into Glam Squad. They got to beat our face, make us look even more fabulous, put us in some fantastic clothes. Shout out to Mila Thomas and Michael Mann, and then get out there and deliver, right? Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the conversation. Hey, Tanya. What up? That's my people. Angel is here. Mario is here. Yeah, we're excited about releasing the record. Electric Cafe, everybody. April 6th is coming. It's coming, finally. Can you believe it? This thing has been in the incubator for some years, just going through changes, evolving, becoming something different, putting new material on there. But that's life, isn't it? Life is like that. You grow, you turn things over, you reevaluate, you evolve, whatever, you just embrace the change, hopefully, and then you see what change has to offer. Thank you so much, Shirley. Good afternoon, Rico. Hey, Angel. Okay, so today we're going to talk about juggling things, right? That's exactly what I'm doing in my life. So maybe there's something that I have of value that I can share with you on the subject matter. As you know, I just came off of a week where I was very busy, focused on the entertainment side of my career. And so some of my routine was a little thrown off. I definitely still want my mornings as much as possible. I don't play around with that. I know that discipline means a lot. You know, even if I got in 10 minutes instead of the normal 20 minutes of meditation, I know that dedication means something to my mindset, and also the fact that I believe that there is something working on behalf of my good that's larger than my own perspective. When I put some time in, when I make the sacrifice to acknowledge that power, I do believe that it moves me even more in alignment with what's best for me. You know, so winning the morning is so important to me. Saying my gratitude when I open my eyes, so important to me. High vibrational frequency to operate in also puts me in alignment with other things to be grateful for, right? And then also my visualization. There was one day, couple days, I didn't get the visualization in the way I wanted. But because I'm so conditioned and programmed, every once in a while I just drop into my imagination and see something that I want to see for myself, you know? So maybe I don't have that specific set time in that moment. Just because life is happening, you have to adjust. I know the importance of going back to these things to make sure that if you can't do things in the physical world, you're still creating in the intangible one. You feel me? What are you guys saying before I jump into this thing full steam ahead? Good morning. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Verdero, hey, what up? Darn, you're going to have to watch this later. Your meeting just started, but have a productive and prosperous day, everyone. Love you back, Spencer. I'm glad you dropped in. Come back and see your girl. We're going to see if we can put something in here for you. So how do we juggle this stuff? And or if you don't have a couple things that you're passionate about, that you're like, how do I get all this stuff done? How do you know what's important to go after if you're trying to figure it out? Couple things. There's one way that I learned to look at it, even if it's like you're on a graph, right? So you may have these 4 quadrants. One says requires a lot of time. Another quadrant, this thing doesn't require a lot of time. Another quadrant says it doesn't have much impact in the world. Another quadrant says it has very big impact. So where a lot of people seem to get lost in life is they dedicate their time to things that have very little impact, and they don't take much effort. They don't take much time. How many of us are involved in stuff like that? It doesn't take much time, doesn't take much effort, has very little impact, but you do it a lot because it's easy. Might be picking up a magazine that's really not talking about nothing, you know what I'm saying? But it's convenient, takes a little bit of time, has very little impact or value in your life, but you do it. Could be reading some blog or you know, engaging in conversation with somebody, you know, or making, I don't know, whatever those random things are that you might do that have very little impact, take, you know, very little effort and very little time. But because it's that simple, you dedicate a lot of your time there. You spend a lot of your life in that quadrant. If that's you, what decision do you want to make when it comes to continuing to do that? Is that a no or a yes when it comes to choosing what you're going to do? How to improve? It's like an achievement accelerator. How do you improve the impact that you're making in life? And also, how do you make more impact in life? If you're living in that quadrant a lot, you know what the answer is, right? Another thing, now, there may be something that you're juggling and you're like, well, do I go after that? Let's say something takes a lot of time. Takes a lot of effort. There are a couple things that I have. I have a book that I'm writing. Takes a lot of time. Takes a lot of effort. But long-term results, if you don't think short-term, long-term results, what kind of impact can this book make? Huge. Because of the vision that I have for it. Because of the time and the effort that I'm putting in it. Because of the value that I'm choosing to put in the book. And putting value there may require more effort, may require more time to think, may require more studying. You know, but it's worth it on a long-term scale. So is that a yes or a no for something you want to invest your energy into? For me, it's a yes. Requires a lot of time, requires a lot of effort, but it's going to, you know, it's a long-term impact. So if you're, you know, maybe in order to get more results from that, put yourself on a schedule. I think I talked last week about a time block. You know, learning how to time block, maybe 90 days of doing. That's what I say at Personal Power University, where you just sit down and you put like 12 weeks. What do I want to accomplish this week? What do I want to accomplish this week? What do I want to accomplish this week? There's a difference between being interested in something getting something done and committing to getting something done. Are you committing? Huge distinction. So learn to use time blocks, right? This way it's not going to overwhelm you to get it done. You know where you're going. You got your sights set on the big thing. It's a long-term goal. Going to require a lot of effort. Going to require a lot of time. But the results on the other end are so worth it. So worth it. So if you're trying to figure out what to do with that, go ahead and use your time blocks. 90 days of doing. Call it whatever you want to propel you forward. If it's over the year, it may require a year. Maybe it's not a short-term thing that you can pull off in 90 days. Then break your months down. What do you want to achieve this month? Then what do you want to achieve the next month? Then what do you want to achieve the next month? And commit. Don't just be interested in getting it done. Commit to getting it done. And then, of course, there's the other quadrant where it says maybe it doesn't require a lot of time. Maybe it doesn't require a lot of effort, but it's going to have a huge impact. Get that done this week. Get that done today. Commit to getting it done. Let's see what you guys are saying before we move forward. Okay, Tiffany says, definitely feel the difference if you miss your morning. Okay, this is earlier. Hey, Rose, see you soon. Did you all shop? Well, we hope we have them together. Let's see, juggling a lot right now. Love morning talks. I'm glad you do, John. Thank you for tuning in. Dennis says, morning from Auckland, New Zealand. Beautiful. Welcome to the conversation. Hey, Bobby. Deep breathing works for me when life gets out of alignment with your greater good. Morning meditation is a must for you as well. Awesome. Let's see. Shanika says, recently been working on songwriting that takes a lot of time for you, but has huge impact later. I hope. Laser focus. She hashtags. Thank you, Tiffany. Daryl says, well, Rhoda Bennett, God bless you for sharing your valuable time and sharing a positive dialogue. You got it. Courtney says, what isn't scheduled doesn't get done. Church. Love your passion planner. Need to work more on using the hourly scheduling block time every day and sticking to it. Scheduling is huge, you guys. Scheduling is huge. Using a to-do list is huge. Relying on this to keep all of your information, I don't recommend it. I try to do that. I drop the ball a lot. I like to write things down and then I put it on a schedule. If you want the more productive and efficient you want to be, just be a better scheduler. Use time blocks. This way you're taking one good step after another. You don't overwhelm yourself with the big picture. You know where you're going, but stick within your time blocks to get things done. See what else you guys are saying. We can't skip the process. That's the most important thing. Montel says that. Shirley says 4 times a week in the gym. Beautiful. Angel says, I commit, write out the plan, and then life comes in the 3rd week or so. Break in the plan. Ugh. Okay, get back on the horse, baby. Hey, Marcus. You have a vision board and it helps you to keep your short and long-term goals in order. I love vision boards, you guys, because not only can it be fun, like a cool like arts and crafts project for you to do, which brings out the kid in you, you know, it can tap into that inner child, but it also just puts your dream in color. It makes it vivid. You know, if you can go grab you a Rob report or some cool books that gets your bigger vision in place and gives you something to look forward to and expands what's possible for you, that is so huge. Sometimes we can't even see it depending on where you are in life, depending on what you've been exposed to or not exposed to. So getting out there and looking through some magazines, Googling some pictures of different stuff, printing it off, you know, line, go to your CVS or Walgreens and print your pictures offline. Go in there and put your vision on a vision board or in a vision book. My friend took it up to a whole other level. She has pages that she flips through that just shows her different. She'll like one page dedicated to career, another page dedicated to health, another page dedicated to relationship. You can do it whatever way you want. We're creative beings. There's no right or wrong way to do it, but just do it for yourself so that you can get that vision out of you. You can birth this thing. And then use your time blocks, schedule, use a to-do list, right? Don't just be interested in getting it done. Commit to getting it done. Reduce the distractions. It's killing your dreams. You know what I'm saying? It's killing dreams. Okay, let's get back in here. Let me see what you guys are saying. Okay, low base, welcome to the conversation. Courtney says start collecting things for your vision board, any types for structuring it, or just make something abstract that inspires you. There's no right or wrong way, you guys, to do any of this stuff as long as it inspires you. I just recommend, if you don't have magazines, because that gets expensive, going to buy a whole bunch of books and cutting, pulling pages out and cutting around them, which can be fun, turn it into an arts and crafts project. Get online, start to save pictures that you find from Google and just curate them, put them in one little space, section them off for different parts of your life that you want to bring to life, right? And then go to your local drugstore and print them off, right? Or do the magazine way, or you guys can make some suggestions in the chat. People come up with different things all the time that can inspire a new way to get this done. But I really want to see you birth your vision. So whatever way it is, just get it in. You feel me? Farrah says, this and your words the other day helped me to make some new steps for your music. So a new single is playing. Bless up. Bless up. Do exactly that. Did it with the camera you wanted and got it. Awesome, Bobby. You know about the power of creating in this way. Sometimes it's not the tangible work. It is, we might not even know what to do in the physical world to get something done. Using your imagination, seeing something, putting these pictures out there to inspire you, putting them in taping it to your bathroom mirror, taping it to your refrigerator. My girlfriend, she is a singer, and I forget what year she was on X Factor. She sang the Prince song, Purple Rain, blew up from it. I said, how did you create that for yourself? She was like, you know what, Ro? Every day when I committed to getting her body together. She had 2 kids, Some people would say, oh, I got 2 kids, and it ain't gonna happen. I'm older, a singer, it ain't gonna happen. Went past that somehow, right? Wakes up every day, starts to work out, commits to this every day. And every time she went downstairs, she looked at her refrigerator before opening the door. There was her vision. There was her vision. Day after day, there's my vision. And next thing you know, she's on the X Factor, totally put a resurgence in her career. Where somebody else might have given up, a lot of people have given up. Who knows what kind of possibilities can show up, what kind of opportunities you can create, or you can receive, or you can allow, you can attract, because you decide to believe again. Just because you decide that maybe it's possible, and you say, I'm going to go after it like it's possible. I told you this before. I didn't know that, more of the vision that I had for myself as an artist would show up at 41. About to be 42 in a month. Ready for it, embracing it. You know what I'm saying? Who knew? But now they've come, and at the time that I was going after my solo career, there was no such thing as a Voice, an X Factor, American Idol. Who's to say what's coming up in the future that's going to support your dream? That's going to support your vision, or that you're going to create? The first place to go is in our belief that it's possible. And then go after it like it's possible. Commit like it's possible. And you never know what's going to show up on your path just because you go after it like it's possible. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying. Shanika says she's been really lazy this month and energy has been low. Why is that? Okay, so love you back, Dwayne. Welcome to the conversation, dear. Okay, so we talked about time blocking, looking at my notes, the difference between interest and commitment. Hello. And, ooh, this was powerful. How do I fit this into the video without taking forever? When we are thinking about what we want, how does that measure up to your sanity? Do you have terms that are required in order to know if something is worth going after? Like sometimes, did you get your morning or your afternoon drink? Sometimes we might go after things that are short-sighted. It may have a quick return in the moment, but long-term, is it going to do well for you? For example, this is the thing that's popping up right now: real estate. When the recession happened back in 07, 08, a lot of us jumped into the market making short-sighted decisions, and maybe it was a quick return on your investment, but what it meant to you getting involved in these mortgages that you couldn't get out of, if like when the situation crashed, so many people were upside down. So many of us had invested not good, thinking that these quick returns, these quick flips, would be good for us. But let's say if anything happened, what about your future with this decision? If this thing should crumble, have you safeguarded yourself in different ways? Just looking at things more long term, and when you add sanity, is your sanity intact? What does that mean to the decision making process? Are you going to be around people? This is, sidebar from that. Are you going to be around people that are jerks to make that extra coin? Is that worth it? For real. Is it worth the sacrifice of your peace of mind? Some people, I hear people say, well, why won't people do it? To go make that check. A check is not always the bottom line. Not to me. You know what I mean? Like, money, if money is always the driver and not your sanity, what does that mean to your quality of living? Sometimes to me, the quality of life that you live, all the time, really, the quality of life that you live means so much more than that quick coin you're going to make. What does it mean to your overall big picture? Is it going to totally reduce the time that you're able to spend with your family and your loved ones to the point where it's going to be a detriment to your relationships? Is that worth it? Now, of course, you're going to have to make some sacrifices. We're not being unrealistic, but bigger picture, what does it mean to the bottom line of how your relationships flow in your life? When you're evaluating opportunity, when you're evaluating whether you should go after something, or you want to go after something, or if it's worth going after something, are you including the sanity factor? Are you including your moral code? Is it going to require you to sacrifice your soul? You know what I mean? Whatever your moral code is, that differs for everybody. But what does that mean to your bigger picture? Let me see what you guys are saying. I see you're talking big time, man. We must change the way we look at things. Wow, visualization is a powerful thing, my mama. Okay. Yes, decide to believe again. Yes, go at that thing like there's nothing else for you. Amen. I love your commitment to maintaining versatility in your brand. Thank you. I love the way you said that, Elle. My blood levels have been really low lately. I might need that morning drink you have. Shanika, check your, what's in your diet? What's in your diet? You may need to make a shift in that for energy. We can talk about that. Look at you talking. Love, love, love. More base. You're more than an inspiration. Your presence is powerful. Last week was terrible, but now seeing and hearing and feeling your spirit in this live feed just brought me back to life. Low base, you know how to speak to my heart. Thank you. Preach. Money ain't everything. Sorry you late. Welcome to the conversation, Nashua. I'm telling you, people be like, go get that check. Why they won't come? People won't do this to make that coin. It's like if that is your bottom line, you're going to get yourself in trouble. How many people, have gone after these bigger checks, and at the end of the day, it's like, but what happened to your quality of life? What happened to your moral code? What happened to the relationships with your family and friends? You got the big house, but you don't have the quality of relationships in your life. You got the extra check, but, other things have diminished. Really think about that from a sanity factor point of view. And that could stop you from making a lot of choices that you might make being a little short-sighted. You get it? Okay, let me see. What else was there? And then also think about this. When you're making the decision about an opportunity and you want to see if it's something you want to go after, will it increase or favor your personal development? Will you grow because of it? Will you become something more because of it? Will it advance your soul? Will it advance your spirit? Will it advance your ability to think and evaluate things from a different point of view? Will it increase your interpersonal skills? Will it bless and what's another word that I'm looking for? Just for lack of a better one in the moment, but will it bless your relationships and ability to connect with your loved ones or strangers even? What will it do for you on a personal level? How can it up-level you on a personal level? And when you weigh it against that, is it worth it? These are things that you can ask yourself when you're trying to do like an opportunity evaluator. Is it worth me going after this thing? Where's my sanity sit on this? Your sanity might be priced very high. You know what I mean? So it might be like, I know I'm going to make a little extra coin, but my, nah. You know what I mean? And we can't always have the correct answers. Sometimes we're going to go through something. We're going to think it's good for us. We're going to get in there. We're going to be like, whoa, this ain't for me. You know? But these are things that we can ask ourselves in the outset to give us a better shot at making a better decision for ourselves. If that makes sense to you. Let's see what else you say. Great word, Pastor Ro. Hey, Carlos. Just cannot wait to have class tonight. I made some major progress toward the things we talked about. Yay, Marcus! Tonight I'm having class. Normally I have it on Tuesday nights. Had to shift everything to Thursday. Tomorrow I'm out going to Dallas. Got a show in Austin, Texas for anybody that's going to be there. Going to be a great outside concert, outdoor concert. And then we're off to Europe. I'll see all of our UK people over the next few weeks. Going to be dope. We start out in Ireland. That was one of the best stops last year. One of the most electrifying crowds I have ever encountered in my life. So I'm looking forward to going back to Ireland very soon. So yeah, okay. Things are moving. Sacrifice opens the door for change to come in and new ideas and good vibes. Speak, Montel. Let me tell you something about sacrifice, folks. I was just thinking about this, whether you believe in the Bible or not, or any sacred text. I'm not, here promoting any particular thing. I think just, your spiritual journey is your spiritual journey. But do you notice how they all promote fasting? Fasting from something, whether it be food, people, a way of thinking, a way of doing things, a way of being. Fasting from negative thinking, fasting, whatever those things are. Because fasting doesn't have to fall in the category of food. But it's a sacrifice. And when you make sacrifices, I think somehow that energy knows that you're doing that. And I think it makes an impact on you. When you know you're doing better with yourself, don't you feel more confident in who you are? You feel more confident in what you're delivering. You feel more deserving of whatever it is you're going after because you made the sacrifice to get it. Sacrifice is huge. Are you willing to sacrifice the distractions that are in your life, that are preventing you from committing to going after whatever it is you want? Are you willing to sacrifice eating whatever you want at whatever time you want in order to get the weight goal? Are you willing to sacrifice not indulging in that conversation or those conversations on a regular basis that are getting in the way of carrying a certain vibration of being that is stopping you from attracting or being in alignment with what it is you say you want? Are you willing to sacrifice that? Sacrifice is powerful. Leading up to the things I did in New York, I made some sacrifices so that I could operate from an even better space of myself. I didn't do some of the things that I normally like to do to provide calm for me, leisure activities, some things that may be not somebody might say, oh, that's not the healthiest thing that you could do. That's not to my detriment per se, but it's not like the healthiest thing I could do. I'm sacrificing that right now. Not say I won't be, back and dibbling that, whatever, but I'm going to sacrifice that right now. There's a bigger picture calling me. And if I want to up-level what it is I'm able to do or how I'm able to operate or where I'm going or how the clarity I need to operate in, I got to make some sacrifices right now. Are you willing to make some sacrifices right now? Because when we want to see change on a certain level, if you operating at a 5, you may need to sacrifice on a level of a 6 or 7 to get to that thing. Are you willing to do that? Let's see what you guys are saying. Tanya, wow, love the combo, sis. Don't want to drop before parent-teacher conference. I love you too, baby. Tell my baby boy I said hi. Just tuning in from Germany. Welcome to the conversation, Aquila. Trey, hey sis, sorry I can't stay long. I informed Shirley that I'm working on Ava DuVernay today. Beautiful. Go enjoy that. Yes, sacrifice, freaking love it. Yes, okay, you guys. Let's see if any other terms I wanted to bring up. Resources, energy. Yeah, this is good. I'm going to leave it right here. You guys have any questions for me before I get out of here? I think we've had some really good thoughts to toss around in this space together. Sacrificing every day. Amen, Tiffany. Yes, I am ready to see change in order to sacrifice things. Let me tell you something, man. I can't speak highly enough about sacrifice and fasting, one and the same. And it doesn't have to mean food when we say fast. You can fast from an energy. You can fast from a way of thinking. You can fast from a way of doing things. You can fast from a way of whatever it is, whatever it is, you can take a break from. You can choose to reroute. You know what I'm saying? You can choose to do what's hard in the moment, what you don't feel like doing, but you know if you do it, you're going to get the results you want to get. That's discipline. And that's not always easy. That's the work. That's the work. I can't tell you enough, that's the work. It's doing what you need to do or ought to do, even when you don't feel like doing it, in order to see the results you want to see. These champions that you see, these people operating at these high levels of productivity, they are sacrificing on some level to get it. A lot of people want to come in with mediocre habits and get extraordinary results. Doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. If you want extraordinary results, you got to do something extraordinary to you. What's extraordinary for you may be different than what's extraordinary for me. I don't have that answer for you, but you have that answer for you. And when you think about it, what is the first thing that comes up in your mind that says you need to do this? If you don't reason yourself out of it, because you know how we can be tricky little beings. We'll be like, oh yeah, I know, but no, and then you forget, and then you act like you didn't know that you got the answer in the first place. Stop it. We know. We just reason ourselves out of it because we don't want to do it. But if you stopped and you said, come on, keep it 100 with yourself, bro. What was the first answer you got about that? Get to it. Now, if I don't do it, just own it. I didn't do it. And this is why I'm seeing the results I see right now. I didn't do it. And this is why I don't have what I thought I wanted to have, that I could have had if I did it. Own it. It's the most powerful thing you can do when you don't have the results you want. Own it. And then commit. Don't just be interested in this thing that you say you want. Commit to doing the things that you need to do in order to get there. That's the hard part. That's the work. What do you need to fast from? What would be good for you to sacrifice in the moment to get to this bigger picture? What lifestyle change is begging you to do it to get to your bigger picture? What are you guys saying before we get out of here? Hey sis, welcome to the conversation. Oh my goodness, Jack boy, what up? Never compromise yourself. Speak on it. Loved it. I might just put your picture on my refrigerator. Bobby, you just made me smile on the inside and outside. Beautiful. I'm dropping off to get to one of my goals, getting in better shape and healthier, meeting my trainer at 5:30. Go make it happen, Angel. I'm glad that you joined the conversation. Nashua, I hope you don't mind, but I just shared your page, of course. Tell people just building. So I think it builds you up, want to help them. That's right, baby. No problem. Mika, amazing talk today. You stay inspiring me. I need these talks sometimes to get me all the way together. Church, that's what BZ is here for today. I'll do what I have to do first before doing what I want to do. Say it again with your chest, and then say it at a higher volume, and then say it at a low volume. Okay, that's where it's at. Sacrifice, fast, reduce or eliminate distractions. Don't just be interested in getting that thing done. Commit to getting that thing done. What can you fast from? What sacrifice can you make? What do you need to be doing that you don't feel like doing, but that would advance you to the next level? What's going to get you to your vision? What commitments do you need to make? What sacrifices? What fasting can you do? That's where your magic is. That's where your superpower. That's where your superpower is. One of your superpowers is follow through. You know how big I am on follow through. That's what makes us all look brilliant. It's not that people aren't capable. They just don't follow through. Your other superpower is sacrifice. Okay. All right, you guys. TV time, brainstorming, and putting extra hours. Been doing ever since we talked. Awesome. Courtney, awesome. What about when you feel physically tired a lot? When you feel physically tired, what is in your life that is draining you? Who are you around? People. What thoughts are you regularly turning over in your mind that is draining you? What have you put those the things we discussed earlier in this conversation? What is what you're doing meaning to your sanity? Is it worth it? What are you compromising about yourself that may not be in alignment with your greatest good or what is going to keep you sane? What are you doing? Who are you working with? What energy are you entertaining on a regular basis that is keeping you out of alignment with your joy? Be honest about that. This is for everybody. Be honest about that. And do you need to make the sacrifice of changing jobs? Do you need to make the sacrifice? Whatever those things are, be honest with yourself. Who's around you that could be an energy drainer? What is around you that can be an energy drainer? What things are people letting sit on the back burner that's cluttering your mind in the background, but you've gotten so used to having that noise in the background, you've tuned it out, but it's still an energy drainer? What do you need to declutter in your life? Is it a physical thing? Is it mental? Is it spiritual? Write these things, put these, I would even recommend putting these questions at the top of a piece of paper and writing down the answers rapid fire. There's no right or wrong answer. Just write it down. Put it in front of you. Let yourself see it. Write it down. Write it down. As they come to you, they don't have to make sense. Just write it down. Write it down. And then look at it and say, oh my goodness. Because the answers are there if we ask ourselves the right questions. The answers are always there. And then it's up to us to have the courage to make new choices around the answers we get. Then, see, I didn't even go to food yet, right? I went to stuff that was spiritual and mental first. Now let's talk about food. What are you eating? How are you eating? What are you drinking? You know what I'm saying? What are the things that you're putting physically in your body or not putting in your body to give you energy? All of these things can be contributing factors to why you're energy drained. People around you, thoughts that you're entertaining, foods that you're eating or not eating, all of these things can be energy drainers. Doing something for living for somebody else's approval, living somebody else's dreams, working at a job that you really don't like, working around people that you really, really don't like, working for extra money but at a place that's totally tapping your soul, tapping your spirit dry. If we're honest with ourselves, the answers are there. We just sometimes have to step away from the distractions, just get quiet time and ask some honest questions of ourselves and then write down everything that comes up and then look at it later and say, wow, this is what's in me. This is what's there. And then what new choices can I make that's going to put me in a different position to feel better? And sometimes it may be a shift on how you see the situation. You may just need to give the situation new meaning. But other times you might need to make a real change and eliminate or reduce something in your life. I hope that helped. Let's see. Why it isn't draining? Kidding. This is it's spring weather, Ohio spring weather. Hello. That physical tiredness could be that he is distracted instead of focusing on himself. Hey, look at these comments, folks. Our mindset, i.e. our thinking, is the cause and solution to every problem that we possess. Come on, y'all, bring in the answers. Surround yourself with people that are also go-getters and want to push themselves. Great answers. Real talk, negativity drains me. It is one thing to be realistic, but optimism wins every time. Sometimes you have to leave the familiar behind to be free and grow. Speak on it, Byron. Shanika, gonna do that assignment today. My problem is believe sugar and soda. Yes, get that stuff out your life. If it's in there on a regular basis, it'll make you crash on a regular basis. Too much sugar can make you crash. It can lift you and then it can make you crash. Every time I join the conversations, it's exactly what has been on my mind. Mind blowing. Thank you for allowing the universe to use you. Thank you, Shias. That's so very true. I've cut out a lot of foods that I felt was slowing me down. Juice daily. You juice daily, have much energy, and don't eat produced, or do you mean processed food? Less meats, more vegetables and salad. Beautiful, Aquila. Also, times of the day you eat and water is a must. That's right. Excellent, excellent comment, Aquila. Tiffany, it was exactly this day last year that you decided to make a big change, and you committed, and look at the results you have. Congratulations on your anniversary. Woo-hoo. Hey, Soror, Deidre, how are you? Hi. All right, so we had a wonderful conversation today, in my humble opinion. If you guys missed the conversation today, go back and check it out. Lots of little jewels in here. Check out the comments that are in here. I love that people are so interactive and putting in the things that help them. These are elevating conversations. Elevating conversations. I'll see you tonight, Brenton and Marcus and Shirley, in school, in class. We're going to be getting it in, Personal Power University. Next round will be starting in May. For anybody who's interested in the university, if you want to know more about it, drop by ronabennett.com. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's talk. See you guys in class. Bless up. Until next time, everybody, I'm glad you were able to tune in. Have a great rest of your Thursday.